one of the things I noticed in the game was how comfortable Bill Williams was in the pocket. You could see his confidence. He was reading the defense. He felt pressure. He had some good runs that he ripped off. And credit to the offensive line. They gave him time in the pocket. He was able to find several different receivers. And I think that's a positive sign. Again, it's Rice, but they got a game under their belts. I think they're going to feel comfortable. They're going to go on the road. It's going to be completely different. But the next 3 games are going to give us more of a picture of a better picture of USC and different position groups and how we are developing as a team, because you're going to go on the road at Stanford. You're going to come back against, like you had mentioned, TJ, Jeff Tedford knows USC. He knows the Pac-12. And they've got a solid squad at Fresno State, and they're going to bring their fans down, right? This is one of their games. I mean, my God, look what happened to North Carolina today going to App State, right? North Carolina, I guess, is a basketball school. You win 63-61 going into Boone. That's an embarrassment, frankly. I'm sorry. But they did not take care of business. And North Carolina State went into East Carolina and won by a point. So ACC ain't looking so good. But USC did what they had to do to Rice. Again, it's Rice.
I just want to give another agreement to Manny C. Kind of on that note, talking about games today. I like this comment. Anytime the Pac-12 beats the SEC, an angel gets its wings. I think I'll agree with you on that. Certainly the conference. We don't do the whole like conference unity homerism thing in the Pac-12, but a lot of us, like I have friends who went to all the different schools, so I always want them to do well. Generally, we like to laugh a little bit about UCLA more often than not. But I think you're right that it certainly helps our conference. One thing that has been a very weak thing for the Pac-12 and a problem for USC has been the fact that it's been 2 years since the conference won a bowl game. So winning these games is big. And as well, I would include in that really Notre Dame, who's almost an honorary Pac-12 team, playing 3 of the conference schools this year, more than they play Big Ten. And so, for that, it's certainly amazing that Notre Dame's looking good because we're going to get a shot at them at the end of the year. So in that regard, I think you're right, Manny. I think it's going to be nice if they can do well. With that, should we do a quick score rundown of the conference, guys?
Well, before we move on, I want to jump in to follow up on what you said, LBC, regarding the blocking. What I really liked watching was also the backs getting in and pass protection. Travis Dye, I thought a couple of those had a couple of great blocks that gave Williams a lot more time to look down the field, and that to me makes all the difference when you got coming on, the linebacker coming in, and you can count on your running back to pick up that block and hold that block. It makes a big difference in how that not only his accuracy, but also what he's thinking in the back of his head, and he's more confident. So I appreciate watching that. And finally, one big thing would be is the fact that I like the fact they had.
Oh, we lost him for just a sec.
Give a shout out to Austin Jones. Couple TDs.
He was great, wasn't he?
The second TD was great. The guy wasn't going to be in the night. He's a physical guy. And so I like the different dimension that USC gives you running the ball. And obviously with the receivers. So very balanced attack. Credit to Lincoln Riley and his coaching staff. I think Josh Henson is doing a great job with the O-line. They're developing depth. So we're going to continue to see as the season progresses. I think there's going to be surprises. There's 3 or 4 guys that are getting reps in practice that should somebody go down, I think there'll be confidence by everybody on the team that these guys can step up. So that's solid as well. Oh, one other note, since you were going to, before you go into other scores in the Pac-12, I believe we had a third USC quarterback win a game today down in the SEC. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss with the victory. So we got an SEC win with an SC quarterback, an ACC win, and an
honorary ACC win because West Virginia sure looked good under JT Daniels.
And we had a loss, but if their receivers can catch balls, JT Daniels, he looked pretty special. So
those two both did. Jordan, you're right. The ACC slander does write itself this year right now, but I will point out that the backyard brawl was a game for the ages. and certainly exciting for USC fans. I mean, I think most USC fans love JT Daniels. He's a great guy. Certainly injury plagued, and I think USC fans didn't dislike any of those players. We wish them the best. And when Lincoln Riley came in and Caleb Williams was coming in, it was clear there just wasn't a role for Keaton Slovis. But I think Keaton Slovis, he's a great guy, and the fans loved him, the students loved him, people, staff loved him. And so I think I share the feelings of all Trojans when we say, fight on JT, fight on Keaton. We want to see you guys win and succeed. And I think that USC people really enjoyed watching them do great in the backyard brawl this week.
Complete. I agree. Complete 100%. I mean, great luck. Good luck to those guys. They're awesome Trojans, and they're getting the opportunity to go out and play, and they're going to have successful seasons. So it's great to see.